welcome to the show. I'm Sherry Horner, your host at healthfitnessbroadcast.com. And today my guest is celebrity trainer, founder of Shape Up America and Elite Concierge from Beverly Hills, California, Michael Torchia. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you. Good morning, Sherry.
It's great to have you on. We've talked several times over the years, but this is our first actual official interview. So thanks for coming on and sharing some great information with us. So I want to start, you have several things going on. I want to start with Shape Up America. If you could tell everyone what that's about. And you started that, I think, in 2001. Is that right?
Yeah, in behalf of Jack LaLanne's mission, he always wanted to shape up America. And I had told him we need to have a campaign. He goes, well, then start one. So sure enough, I did. I started a small event in Westwood, California, in this little park. And there may have been about a dozen booths there. Local people from the yoga studio, from the Whole Foods to the Krav Maga, people that were just personal trainers, set up tables, which I gave free to everybody. And we had some guest speakers, and we had some instructors doing kids fitness. We even had pet fitness there. And sure enough, who came was Joe Weider.
Nice.
Joe Weider came with his lovely wife, Elaine, and it was wonderful. And Jack was really touched by it that I started this campaign. And ever since then, I do events throughout the year on behalf of his desire and passion to shape up America.
Now, real quick, I just want to let those who are listening and watching that don't know who Joe Weider is. He is the founder of Gold's Gym and Weider Fitness. So go ahead and just tell us a little bit about him so they know who you're talking about.
Well, Joe Weider, he started the IFBB, the
Right.
International Federation for Bodybuilding. He's the one that brought Arnold to the United States. He's the one that ran all these pro shows. He created Mr. Olympia. He is the man that really made what the sport of bodybuilding has become today. Joe Gold is the one that actually
That's right.
Gold's Gym.
All right.
But Joe Weider was there all the time, bringing all the champions in at Gold's Gym. But Joe Weider is the significant force, and his brother Ben Weider, God bless them both, they passed away, are the significant forces in the world of bodybuilding and now what's considered physique and fitness, because it all would not be possible if not for Weider brothers.
And Muscle Fitness Magazine?
Muscle Fitness Magazine, Shape, many other publications. In fact, Joe Weider, Ben Weider, and Jack LaLanne all worked out together.
Mm-hmm.
They were all very close friends. Steve Reeves, who played all the Hercules movies. These are all the fellows that did all the groundwork to make what the sport of bodybuilding is today.
And inspired you to create this Shape Up America. So it's not just in Beverly Hills. You said you started in that one little park, but where has it gone from there?
Oh, we've traveled all over the world. Washington, D.C. is one of our biggest events. Last year we had 93,000 people attend over a 2-day period. We have Boston, we have Baltimore, we have Tampa, Florida. We have a variety of different cities that we go to that we put on these events. There's about 6 events a year, and if they come to OperationFitness.com, they can see all the different cities that we keep adding on. But they're all in key cities. The main thing is it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost a dime to enter the event because we want to give back to the community. And we have the local hospitals and health practitioners giving free health screenings for every single person that comes in.
Nice. That's excellent.
Yeah,
That is excellent.
thanks.
So the website again to find the list?
Yes, OperationFitness.com, and you can see the list of events and then click on, and then it gives you details on the hours and so on, the dates.
Okay, great. And I will also link that below. And so if you are a fitness wellness professional and you want to get involved, they can contact you through that website?
Yeah, if they go to OperationFitness.com, there's a contact button, and they can just send an email in regards to wanting to know about the events, or if they want to join the campaign to Shape Up America, we can let them know how they can do so and be part of this wonderful movement. Because the good thing about it is, it's not just me, it's everyone together shaping up America. But at the same time, people get to go out there and tell people who they are, build their brand, get the message out that they have, and have a fair platform for them to display their trade, their skills, and their ability, and their passion to help others.
An excellent platform. So, and you would suggest families of all ages coming to the event that's free?
Yeah, it's amazing because you'll see the mom and the kids, and you'll see the dad there. You'll see the hardworking training athlete, the weekend warrior. It's amazing because there's every type of individual at our events, and that's the difference of when you go to an Olympia or your roper show. Those are all hardcore athletes. You
Right.
have everybody. You have that hardcore athlete coming in, but then you have the little children and they're going through the obstacle courses, and the mom is doing the Zumba class, and the dad is doing the boot camp challenge. So there's something for everybody. Now, the pets are important, and I made sure that at every event there's pet health, pet wellness, and pet fitness. You'll see chiropractors giving adjustments and massages for dogs and cats. You'll
Great.
see nutrition companies talking about the proper foods that you should select for your pet and how to properly understand the reading of labels. Because it's much different when you read a label for a pet food as for a human, because there's more restrictions on human food than pet food. They just list all the ingredients, but they tell you what are the bad ingredients to stay away from and what are the good ingredients to make sure are in the foods, because pets develop allergies and other sensitivities just like we do with foods.
Wow, that's good information. Definitely.
That's
So,
the whole family. You know what I'm saying? I have animals. I have dogs and cats. They're like my children.
mhm.
So I consider when I say family, it's got to include the household pets.
Right. I would think that this would be a good place to take groups of kids. Like if you're a coach, bring your little league team. If you're a trainer, bring your clients. If you're a school teacher, bring a group of your kids, your students. So that's great event. So
Thanks.
we'll check out that website and see when the next event is. And on to your next thing, because you have so many things going on. You have been in the fitness industry for how long now?
Well, I've since I've been 17 years old. Now I'm 58.
Wow, that's great.
Yes. So it's been a long journey and a very, very fruitful journey for me because my mother started me on this career path because she's the one that encouraged me to teach others because she saw how good I was as I was talking to people on the phone or in person on sharing my wisdom, and I inspired people. And she said, "That's a gift, and you need to pursue that." And that's where I am today because my mom, thank God.
Right. I'm glad you did. And Jack LaLanne was very instrumental in inspiring you also, along
You
with the
know,
other.
Mom had me watch Jack LaLanne when he had his TV show and said, "Hey, I think he's got something here." And every day after school, she would turn it on, and together we worked out, and she helped me lose the weight and build the confidence to end up joining a gym, which she made sure I joined a YMCA, and I started training. And the YMCA, I met this gentleman that told me, "Hey, kid, you want to build big muscles?" And I said, "Yeah." And he taught me everything I knew as far as the basic fundamentals. And he said to me that I would have to make an agreement with him for me to teach him, teach me all the things that he knew, is that I pass it on. Because when he saw me as that little boy sitting on the bench, kind of lost and confused in the gym, and nobody would help me, he came over and said, "I will teach you, but you must agree to pass on whatever wisdom I teach you and whatever wisdom that you have over the years because you're going to be a champion someday." And he was right. I ended up being a champion bodybuilder, winning many, many bodybuilding titles, but he saw it in me and he sparked that interest, and that little bit of guidance went a long way. And here I am today. That's why it's important that the people that you meet throughout your life are significant positive forces because it makes a difference of what path you take, whether positive or negative. And I was fortunate enough to find positive people that sent me in the right direction. And with the right guidance and my drive and ambition, I've really made what happened to me a positive experience because there's many times people have had very bad experiences in the fitness industry. They may have gotten hurt. They may have ended up, following a program that didn't work for them and they got discouraged and they pursued something else when maybe they have stuck it out a little bit longer or had someone like me that took my hand and said, "Let's do it this way," could have had a successful career. And you know what? It's never too late either. I have trainers that have reached out to me that are 50 years old and they've had their children and they said they want to be a trainer. And I've been helping them get certified and learning how to develop a career. So
That's
essentially,
great. And today on this platform, you're able to help so many people. And I want to thank you back to your bodybuilding days when you met Bill Grant, um, world-renowned bodybuilding legend, and that's how we came to meet. So I want to thank him for introducing us so that I could have you on to share all this great information. I want to talk about what led you into the health concierge, if you could explain what that is and what led you into that.
well, you know what? Over the years, I've always strived to find ways of using my skills to make a living. And I found that it's very limited when you're just going to the gym and you're just training a person one at a time. You're only going to make a certain amount of money. You only make money when you're working. So many years ago, 25 years ago, I walked into the Beverly Hills Hotel and I told the concierge that I'm a great personal trainer and I wanted to let them know that I'm available to train guests that they'd like. And they said, well, we have a trainer. Thank you very much. So sure enough, I kept going back, going back. And one day I was just coming in to have drinks with a friend. Concierge calls me over and says, it's your lucky day. We have a guest that needs to be trained tomorrow at 7 a.m. Are you available? And I said, of course. And sure enough, that first client was Ralph Lauren. And ever since then, I created my service to provide training. But what I did was, as I started getting so many people booking me, I was like, how am I going to train all these people? They all want to train at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I started reaching out to other people I know. And I started having them come in. And I did a revenue share. So basically what we do, there was a fee, and they'd make their fee, and I'd make my fee referring them. And then I started hearing, hey, I'd love to play tennis. Do you know anybody that plays tennis? Well, I play tennis, but of course then after a while there were so many people asking for tennis, so then I reached out to tennis pros, golf pros. Then people said, oh, I'd like to go surfing. Well, I know a lot of people that surf in Malibu. So I arranged for people to take them surfing. It was just a domino effect. Hiking and biking and all kinds of fun things, snorkeling. So it made my business a more fruitful experience. So when people would call me, instead of just offering my services, I had a whole menu of sports and fitness activities that people can enjoy and the whole family can enjoy. I right now take groups hiking. I mean, I took a corporate group, 93 executives from a Fortune 500 company, and we gave them a menu. This group can go hiking at this time. This group can take a boot camp. This group can go bike riding on the beach. This group can go horseback riding in the Hollywood Hills. And made it so it was so much fun that the corporation referred me to other corporations, and the hotel started growing this menu with me because they said, let's start putting this in our packages. So the concierge service that I created blossomed from that one experience of walking into the hotel and saying, hey, I'm a great trainer, give me a chance. And that's why I inspire other people. Go into corporations, go into hotel chains, and tell them who you are. Give them your card. Show the passion. You never know where it goes, but unless you do it, you're not going to have the opportunity to see if it's going to come to fruition.
Great tip for any trainer or wellness professional out there. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you are known as one of the best celebrity trainers, and Mike has been on many television shows and trained many well-known celebrities. And I actually caught you one day on Kimura, Life in the Fab Lane with Kimura Lee Simmons. We all love her. And
Yeah.
tennis lessons. So when you mentioned the tennis lessons, I'm like, yeah, I remember seeing you. And that's really great that you not only inspire people to get on the road to healthier living, but you inspire so many trainers and professionals. And that was so wise to start that elite concierge. So,
Thank you.
what about some tips for people? I want to ask you if you could give some tips for people just getting started with a fitness program or getting back on track after being off for a long time. And then a tip for that avid fitness enthusiast, something to take them to the next level. If you can kind of give a little motivational thought for both.
Sure. Well, when you first started a program, you got to ease into it. Too many people go back or start into a workout program. They get extremely sore and have discomfort for days. So psychologically, your body and brain start working against you if you're in pain. Because what happens is, I've done extensive studies on this. If you work out and then you are not sore and you feel great, not a few days later, just every day when you work out, your mind subconsciously will reinforce for you to continue going to the gym because it associates exercise with feeling good. Now, you go to the gym and you train real hard or you push too hard and you're sore the next day or the second day, your brain will now associate exercise with discomfort and pain, and it will cause you to sabotage you from going to the gym. That's why I've worked with a lot of psychologists and psychotherapists, and they said that's why a lot of people will start out strong and then fizzle out. It's the person that eases into it is most likely to continue because the mind will work against you with the body if it feels pain. It'll remind you, uh-oh, lift those weights, run on that treadmill, pain, don't go. Meetings coming up, it's going to rain, better go home. It works against you. So that's one tip there. Now, as far as people like getting back into it, another follow-up to that is, I have people that have been married for over 20 years. They get divorced. They now look at their bodies and go, I don't look good, I don't feel good. How am I going to meet anybody? I'm a wreck. So now they go back into the gym 20 years later, when at 20 years old, 24 years old, they were training like a warrior. Well, guess what? Most of the injuries today that people have when they go to orthopedic surgeons are divorced men and women, or athletes that were athletes and gave it up because of their career and got back into it and thought they could just start back the way they used to, very intense and too hard. You've got to really think about it. If you haven't worked out for a long time or you're just starting, you again also have to start easing into a program and gradually increasing the intensity and not going 6 days a week for 2 hours. Try every other day. Try maybe doing cardio one day, weights another. But you got to break into whether you're starting out or you're someone that hasn't done it in 20 years. Those are some of the basics. Now, if you're a hard training athlete and you feel you want to get to that other level, you need to have, first of all, a diary of your training, a log of everything you've been doing. There may be something in there where maybe you're not working some of the body parts with enough sets or too much sets, or maybe you're not giving yourself enough rest. I feel fitness and nutrition are all the ingredients into creating a recipe for a healthy lifestyle. I find a lot of times when I have people send me their workout log, I find the issues, why they have not gotten to that point, gotten stronger, why they're hitting a plateau. That's why I feel it's good that you write it down and you go to a professional like myself that can assess what you're doing. There may be a few things that you just need to adjust and maybe there's a major overhaul. But the main thing is if you feel that you've hit a plateau, that's maybe time to come to a top professional, have them assess your training program, how you're eating, and how you structure the days you're doing weights, cardio, and then see what might be missing. But otherwise, if you're a hard training athlete and you're not getting injured, that's a good thing. But there's times when you need to go to a professional to get to that next level. And it's okay just to go for a few consults. Don't feel like, oh, that's not necessary. Because you know what? It's going to be worth that money. Because it also could prevent you from hurting yourself. Because sometimes you may try to push yourself harder when maybe it's just an adjustment to the workout program or your diet.
Good tips.
Thank you.
Okay, I will leave his links below, how to contact Mike Torchia, and I want to thank you so much. Any last tips you have?
I just want to wish everybody, a healthy and happy new year, because I really feel that, living a healthy lifestyle is the best way to be happy, because without your health, you have nothing. And I want to thank you for really allowing me to have this chance to be on your show. And I'm so glad Bill Grant, he's a wonderful soul. He's one of the people in my life, one of those warriors that inspired me. Because Bill, when he was training in Gold's Gym, always made time to talk to me, to come over to me, to encourage me. And we've been friends ever since I was 15 years old. So I want to give a shout out to Bill Grant.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He is. I agree. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you again and picking your brain for more information. Thank you so much, Mike.
My pleasure. Take